US President Trump has said Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth will hold a major Pentagon briefing on Thursday to defend US strikes on Iran's nuclear sites. Trump insists Iran's facilities were completely obliterated, rejecting leaked intelligence suggesting only temporary setbacks of a few months. A CNN report cites officials saying centrifuges remain mostly intact and enriched uranium was likely moved before the attack. Trump dismissed the DIA's findings, saying US intelligence lacks full visibility and his assessment is based on classified data. He called the assault devastating and says the press conference will offer irrefutable proof to support that view. The strike came days after Israeli attacks on Iran, triggering an Iranian counteroffensive targeting Israeli infrastructure. Now we move over to the Indo-Pacific, where defense ministers of Shanghai Cooperation Organization member states, including Iranian Defense Minister Brigadier General Amir Nazir Zadeh, have gathered for a meeting in East China's Qingdao city. Indian Defense Minister Rajnath Singh has slammed Pakistan at the SCO summit. Let's hear what the Indian Defense Minister had to say.
The technology used by terrorists, including drones, for cross-border smuggling of weapons and drugs. In our interconnected world, traditional borders are no longer the sole barriers against threats, and instead we face an intricate web of challenges that range from translational terrorism and cyber attacks to hybrid warfare. These threats do not respect national boundaries, and they demand a unified response rooted in transparency, mutual trust, and collaboration. India reaffirms its resolve to fight terrorism in all its forms and manifestations.
Now we move on. At least 6 people have died from floods inundating China's Jinzhou province, as per China's state deluges in Jinzhou, classified as a southwestern province by the Chinese government, have prompted authorities to activate the highest level emergency flood response, evacuating around 80,900 people. Xinhua reported a football field in Rongjiang was submerged under 3 meters of water, and as per a resident, they were rescued from the 3rd floor of their home. Incessant rainfall caused the river to burst its banks, causing widespread waterlogging and leaving many residents stranded. The Provincial Emergency Department has allocated disaster relief items, including 30,000 bottles of drinking water and 10,000 bowls of instant noodles, to 2 counties via high-speed rail and road transport. Also in Jinzhou, rain triggered landslides which caused the collapse of part of a bridge on an expressway in Sandu County. Jeff Bezos, founder of Amazon, and his fiancée Lauren Sanchez are set to marry in Italy this week in what many are calling the wedding of the century. The couple kicked off their pre-wedding celebrations with an Italian dinner ahead of the big day. Celebrities arrived on super yachts in Venice to join the 3-day festivities, despite protests from locals who complain that the UNESCO World Heritage City is not a playground for billionaires. The couple invited around 200 guests to their multi-million-dollar celebration, which begins on June the 26th and will conclude with a private ceremony at a secret venue. Bezos proposed to Sanchez in May of 2023 during a European vacation. She recalled to Vogue how she blacked out when he presented her with a 30-carat engagement ring. The event earned the title Wedding of the Century due to its massive scale and cost, estimated between $46.5 million and $55 million. Nearly 90 private jets have landed in Venice and surrounding airports, while 30 water taxis have transported guests through the city's canals. Bezos booked several luxury hotels, including Aman Venice, Gritti Palace, Belmond Caprini Street, Regis and Hotel Danelli for the occasion. We move back over to the United States, and closing arguments are underway in the explosive federal trial of Sean Diddy Combs, who faces life in prison if convicted of racketeering and sex trafficking. Prosecutors say Coombs led a criminal enterprise for decades, coercing women, bribing witnesses and paying off escorts with drugs, cash and threats. Among 34 witnesses were victims, ex-employees and a hotel guard who claimed he was bribed with $100,000 in a paper bag. The defence argues Coombs' relationships were consensual and accuses witnesses of seeking fame or money, highlighting messages that express affection and willingness. Jurors saw explicit messages, video of alleged sex parties and financial records detailing payments to escorts and hotels. Deliberating may begin on Monday as the world awaits the verdict in a case that has shaken the music industry. We stay in North America now. Gunmen opened fire during a religious festival in Irapuato, central Mexico, killing 11 people and injuring at least 20 amid ongoing gang violence. The attack struck during celebrations for the Nativity of John the Baptist, with bloodstains and bullet holes marking the chaotic aftermath. Victims include a 17-year-old, 8 men and 2 women. Locals rushed the wounded to hospitals in private cars. Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum condemned the shooting as deplorable and confirmed an investigation is underway, calling it a confrontation without elaborating. Authorities are hunting for the perpetrators, while support is being provided to traumatized residents. The region, plagued by turf wars between Santa Rosa de Lima and Jalisco cartels, remains Mexico's deadliest state. Well, that is all we have time